Can moving to New Mexico really change your life? Well, in today's video, guys, we're going to be getting into this topic. I've been having tons of conversations with a ton of people that have just moved here and are telling me this kind of stuff, and I'm starting to actually believe it. So I took down a couple of notes and I want to share them with you guys. So grab your pen and your pad and let's get into today's video. Now, can moving to New Mexico really change your life? Now, I've been having this conversation with a couple of clients that actually moved here, and it seems like it can. To be honest with you guys, they let me know that Albuquerque and New Mexico in general is this perfect blend of hustle culture with slow living, and it's pretty much up to you to make the type of lifestyle that you're looking for. Now, a ton of people move here just because of job opportunities, or hey, they get captivated by the beautiful landscapes that we have, or they used to live here and now they want to come back just because they seen that the other side of the fence isn't always green. But it must be something in the air, because I don't know, just based off my own judgment, when people move back or they move here, they seem a little bit happier. They seem a little bit less tense, less, tension throughout their body. And maybe that's just me just kind of being a little bit biased about moving here, but I'm being serious. I see that. Body language tells me so much from these people that it's undeniable. Now, is it slow living? Is it less stress? Is it a new opportunity, a new chapter? I don't know. I haven't figured it out, and I hope that in this video, with some of the topics that I've laid out, that we can discover this together, right? And kind of give you guys a perspective from my own lens to let you know how I'm feeling about the whole situation, especially if you are planning on moving down here. And I gotta remind you guys that if this is your first time tuning in to the Living in Albuquerque channel, welcome. My name is Eli. Feel free to hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom, somewhere along here, right? That way you guys never miss out on any videos, because I am dropping videos every week talking about what New Mexico, Albuquerque, and all the surrounding areas have to offer. Now, aside from doing these videos, guys, I gotta be thoroughly honest. I am a licensed broker here in the state of New Mexico. And as much as I love doing this, I would love to help you out with your real estate needs. So if you are planning on moving down here, whether it's the next 30, 60, or 90 days, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails, and I'd love to help you out personally by getting on a quick Zoom call to discover all these different areas that New Mexico and Albuquerque has to offer, all based off your type of lifestyle. So let's get into this first topic, guys. All right, number one up on this list is gonna be that New Mexico has places and cities where it feels like a big city, but you're really getting a small town vibe. Now, what I mean by that is that either the culture or their people, or just the buildings and whatever else is going on in that environment really takes you back to a different time. It really makes you feel like you're not in this major city. For example, like Albuquerque, where we live, is really this big city kind of living. You got all the amenities that you should need, like the Costco's, the Walmarts, the malls, interstates, and all that stuff. But when it comes down to it and you strip all of that away, Albuquerque is pretty much still stuck in time. Now, that's not a negative sense to a lot of people, it might be, but for the people that live here, we really understand the value of slow living and working hard, right? We work hard during the week, Monday through Friday, and really scale back our lives on the weekends. Now, is that an average way of living? It sure is. And there's nothing wrong with that, because all these other places got you working 8 days a week, 20 hours a day, making you feel like you're basically living to work. And down here, our culture really understands the value of our time and spending it with the ones that we love, or spending it on the things that we love to do. That way we can come back Monday morning refreshed and ready to go. And to be honest with you guys, there's not a whole lot to do here. Now, we do got some attractions like Top Golf, Main Event, Hinkle Family Fun Center, and different things like that that you can go and enjoy, like the breweries and stuff like that for adult fun. But for the majority of the time, you're either gonna be getting outside, going on a hike, going on a bike ride, enjoying all the beauty and the nature that we have available to us here. And essentially all these other activities are free. So really taking back our time is what equates to that quote unquote slow pace of living. It's not saying that we're not motivated, that we're not wanting to progress in life. It's just that we see that time is of essence, and we really don't like to waste it on working all day. Doesn't mean that we're lazy, just means that, hey, we enjoy what we do outside of the titles that we've created for ourselves and put on ourselves to be able to move and progress forward in life. Number 2 up on this list, guys, is going to be a topic that I like to talk about a ton, especially on this channel. And I've never brought it to the light of this type of level, but it's the whole idea of disconnecting to reconnect, right? It's getting out in nature, you know, going out for a long walk, a long hike, driving out to the Gila National Forest or out to the Cibola National Forest, or even out to Jemez, to really get away from all the noise, right? The city noise, because we still have city noise. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'll be the first to tell you that here in the city, sometimes just because I'm really aware of my situations and aware of myself, I feel this weight, right? Especially doing all the videos, doing all the business, helping people with, you know, their real estate transactions and showing houses. Sometimes I feel this overbearing weight of stress, being overwhelmed, and just feeling like I'm a chicken with my head cut off. And I'm sure that you can relate to that. And a majority of the time, it's easy enough for me to just go on a long drive up to the Sandia Mountains, to the base even, or out to Placitas, Jemez, Pecos, and get out into the nature, get back to human core, and just really disconnect from my phone, really disconnect from electronics, from everything that the city brings, from noises, honking, cars, all this stuff, right? And it's so easy to do down here that a ton of people actually take a lot of advantage when they move down here, because they get this balance, right? I'm not saying that you always want to go and disconnect, and as soon as you get off of work, you want to drive an hour away to Pecos. It's really just understanding that, hey, if I want to put my phone down for just a bit and get to a quick, hiking trail, or just get outside and just kind of sit and be present for a little bit, easily doable within 10 to 15 minutes from where you are. And that helps out with mental health, spiritual health, physical health, right? Because not only are you getting your body moving and getting active, but you're actually taking some time for yourself. Now, I can go on and on about this topic on how Albuquerque alone, being the major city, makes it so super easy for you to do that. And if you guys are interested in this type of deal, I highly recommend that you download some of these apps like Onyx, All Trails, just because you're gonna get baffled by the amount of opportunities that you can get outside and just get lost, go on an adventure, and really fill your soul to your human core. And if all this stuff just doesn't make sense to you and you just don't understand that our beauty and landscapes gives you, as so far as a sense of feeling of, belonging and being energized and really coming back to life, then we have other things for you guys, right? We got, like the salt cave that you can go and enjoy and just, kind of rejuvenate yourself. We got Betty's Day Spa that you can go and, get a massage or enjoy a nice mineral pool, all those kinds of things. We have those amenities here, which is more a little bit on the bougier side. It is gonna cost you a pretty penny, but if you're not that type and you really just wanna get out into nature, you're just like me and you'd rather get to the source of it all, you're gonna be able to do it here very easily. All right, now, number 4 up in this video is gonna be how cost of living really correlates to your quality of life, right? Because the more money that you have, and money is a tool, the more availability you have to be able to do the things that you like, love, and enjoy. Now, when I do talk to people and I compare other states and other cities, they really get thrown back by, number one, how affordable our housing is here. Even though housing has gotten way more expensive within the past couple of years all across the United States, we can't just single out and say that New Mexico is still super expensive. It's really putting into the light that when you are paying $350,000 on average for a house here in Albuquerque alone, versus like a Orange County or Los Angeles where you're almost paying $900,000, which is triple the price of here, for maybe even something smaller with less yard and stuff, it really puts in perspective of what you're paying for when you move down here, right? You're paying for a better quality of life. Now, you may make a little bit less than what you do out in California just for that, living adjustments and, pay difference, but you might not. And if you don't make any less money and you actually make more money living here, your life can change drastically. I've had a ton of people sell off their houses wherever they live, whether it's in California, Oregon, Colorado, and just buy a house cash here, just because they were able to take that lump sum of money and buy a pretty decent house here, just because of the earnings that they have from their previous house in these other states. Now, in comparison to New Mexico, California is about 52% more expensive. Some of these other areas like Texas and stuff like that are only like 10 and 13. It's not gonna be super crazy as far as like the substantial amount that it costs more to live out there, but it matters, right? If you're putting, just a couple $100 back into your pocket to be able to go and do the things that you want and love, or reinvest into yourself, invest into a business, build a business, or just do something outside of what you're getting paid to do from your 9 to 5, is that worth it? Is it worth not having to stress about bills every month just because now you can afford it? Now you actually own a house, and it's totally doable between, a one household income or just, an average 2 household income. And, that conversation really gets super specific, and we can get into that, guys. And if you do want to get into that, I got to remind you that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. And as much as I love doing this, I would love to help you guys figure out what the next steps are, especially over our Zoom call where we get into a little bit much of a detail. So feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, do whatever it is that you got to do to reach out. That way we can get you down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, or a different city here in New Mexico much faster. All right, number 5 up in this list is going to be the culture here. Now, you're probably asking, like, Eli, what does the culture have anything to do with changing your life or the way that you live when it comes to moving to a new state? Well, in New Mexico, it's very unique. And I'll be honest with you guys, we're a little bit rough around the edges. We're not perfect by any means, but that's the beauty of it. And we understand that not everybody is perfect, and we accept you for who you are and what you are. And we really try to show you a ton of love, especially if you're new to the state, just because we understand what it feels like to be an outsider, and we don't like that. We don't like to put people on the back burner because we understand that the people is what makes New Mexico, right? You moving down here makes New Mexico better. For whatever reason that you're moving down here, you understand the connections, the vibe, the feeling, everything that we have to offer. And you're probably thinking to yourself like, man, that's me. I really love the landscape. I really enjoy nature. I really enjoy nice people, slow down living, but having all the essence of amenities all around me. Like, yeah, that's me. And for the majority, that's everybody here. So whether you're moving down here because like you're tired of this crazy lifestyle, always keeping up with the Joneses, you can't afford to live where you're at, and you just want a fresh start, or you want to feel a sense of belonging within a group of people, I can almost guarantee that New Mexico is going to be able to fill that gap for you. So if you guys are planning on moving down here, whether because our culture is attracting you, or you just want a better quality of life because of the cost of living adjustments, or you just want to feel like, man, I want to get away on the weekends or in an afternoon and take a day trip and just be outside in nature without all the frills, without all the tolls, without so much friction in between, that living that outdoor type of lifestyle that seems so appealing to you is super easy and accessible. For whatever reason that you want to move down here, that number popping up on the screen, guys, is my direct line. And I'd love to hop on this quick Zoom call with you guys. That way we can discuss all of this and really discover what's going to be the best fit for you when you are moving down to Albuquerque, Los Lunas, Rio Rancho, Santa Fe, all these great cities around us. That way we can make sure that you're making the best decision for you and your family and whoever else that you're bringing with you. So I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. You guys have a great week. We'll catch you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace.